Everyone in the apartment complex where I lived knew who Ugly was. Ugly was the resident tomcat. Ugly loved three things in this world: fighting, eating garbage, and, shall we say, love. The combination of these things, combined with life spent outside, had their effect on Ugly. To start with, he had only one eye, and where the other one should have been was a hole. He was also missing his ear on the same side. His left foot appeared to have been badly broken at one time, and healed in an unnatural angle, made him look like he was always turning a corner. Ugly was a dark tabby, striped cat, except for the sores on his head, neck, and even the shoulders. Every time someone saw Ugly, their reaction was, "Wow, that's one ugly cat." All the children were warned not to touch him. The adults threw rocks at him, hosed him down, scolded him when he was trying to come into their homes, or shut his paws in the door when he would not leave. Ugly always had the same reaction. If you turned the hose on him, he would stand there, getting soaked until you gave up and quit. If you threw things at him, he would curl up his lanky body around your feet for forgiveness. Whenever he spied children, he would come running, meowing frantically, and bumping his head against your hands, begging for their love. If you picked him up, he would immediately begin sucking on your shirt, earrings, or whatever he could find. One day, Ugly shared his love with the neighbors' huskies. They did not respond kindly, and Ugly was badly wounded. From my apartment, I could hear his screams, and I tried to rush to his aid. By the time I got from where he was laying, it was apparent Ugly's sad life was almost at an end. Ugly was laying in a wet circle, his back, legs, and lower back twisted grossly out of shape, a gaping tear in his white strip of fur that ran down his front. As I picked him up and tried to carry him home, I could hear him wheezing and gasping. I could feel him struggling. I must be hurting him terribly, I thought. Then I felt a familiar tugging, sucking sensation on my ear. Ugly, in so much pain, suffering and obviously dying, was trying to suckle my ear. I pulled him closer to me, and he bumped the palm of my hand with his head. Then he turned one golden eye towards me. I could hear the distant sound of purring. Even in the greatest pain, that ugly, battled scar cat was only asking for a little affection, perhaps some compassion. At the moment, I thought Ugly was the most beautiful, loving creature I've ever seen. Never once did he try to bite or scratch me, try to get away from me, or struggle in any way. Ugly just looked up at me, completely trusting me to relieve his pain. Ugly died in my arms before I could get inside, but I sat and held him for a long time afterwards, thinking about how one scarred, deformed little stray cat could go alter my opinion of what it means to have true pureness of spirit, to love so totally and truly. Ugly taught me more than giving and compassion than 1,000 books, literatures, or talk show specials ever could. For that, I will always be thankful. He had been scarred on the outside, but I was scarred on the inside, and it was time for me to move on and learn how to love, truly and deeply, to give my total to those all that I cared for. Many people want to be richer, more successful, well-liked, and beautiful, but for me, I will always try to be ugly.